In 2950 BC, something shocking happened. There was climate change. However, the civilizations didn't really notice. The climate change caused the average temperature to change from 10 degrees Celsius or 50 Fahrenheit to 11.7 degrees Celsius or 53.6 degrees Fahrenheit. In 2945 BC, Madagascar drifted towards the modern-day city of Medan, however no one noticed because that part of Africa and Asia do not have any people. However, in 2940 BC a Sumerian named Suyudi invented the compass by putting a steel needle, also called a compass needle, on a circular plate made out of stone. Meanwhile, in the Mediterranean Sea, an island popped up between southern Rome and southern Greece. The Greeks and Romans went to the island and created the nation of Old Zealand, in 2935 BC. Old Zealand had a few cities such as Asteria, Sapporo, and their capital, Sergio. In 2934 BC, Old Zealand designed a flag that had a lime green background with a black letter Z in the middle. Then in 2930 BC, Greece and Old Zealand decided to make an alliance called the Sapporo Coalition. 10 years later, in 2920 BC, Velstan expanded north until they reached the Gobi Desert. Velstan then changed their flag in 2911 BC. Then Velstan sent an exploration team east in 2900 BC, and the team got lost, so they founded the nation of the Jaksa dynasty. The Jaksa dynasty expanded a lot throughout Eastern Asia. However, eventually they got too big, so they let Korea have independence in 2898 BC. Then 9 years later, in 2889 BC, trouble began brewing. Egypt and Egyptians were having a conflict over who owns the southern part of Egypt. This caused Egypt to declare war upon Egyptians. Phoenix then joined Egypt's side to take back some of Egyptians. Luckily for Egyptians, Greater Sumeria joined their side. At this point, the war was named World War -19. Many other nations picked sides as well. The full list of each side was: defending powers, Egyptians, Greater Sumeria, Petroandros, Korea, Baba Kingdom, Pohage, and the Goldberg Empire. Attacking powers, Egypt, Phoenix, Rome, Greece, Velstan, Israel, and Old Zealand. The rest of the countries were neutral. Egyptians started to push into Egypt and Phoenix. However, little did they know, you should never be in a two-front war. Egyptians' advancements into Egypt and Phoenix failed and they got pushed back. Meanwhile, in the Baba Kingdom, Greece made a sea invasion and destroyed many buildings and killed many people. Greece also invaded and conquered Petroandros. Egyptians eventually fell in 2887 BC, however the war was not over. Egypt and Phoenix then sent troops south to the Goldberg Empire, and they also started to push into Greater Sumeria. The Goldberg Empire quickly fell, and Pohage, responding to that event, left the war but still supplied the defending powers as much as they could. In 2886 BC, Greater Sumeria lost the city of Sumeria Shrine and most cities in their western lands. Abjad tried to help as much as they could, but eventually Greater Sumeria fell as well. This meant that Abjad and Korea were the last ones standing. However, Korea could not help that much because they had to convince the Jaksa dynasty to let their military through to help Al-Shari. Even if this did succeed, Velstan had patrols looking for Korean units to stop them from reaching Abjad. To be continued.